Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is definitely hit and miss. If you want to see how I got this look, what I think of all of the products, then I'm not going to yammer. You stick around and we'll get right into it. I'm about to have a very naked face. Brace yourself. All right, so I am pretty excited. I've been seeing Moira Cosmetics stuff for a long time. Well, maybe not a long time, but some time. And it all looked very interesting. And then when I saw they came out with these multi-chrome eyeliners, I was like, ooh. If you've been here for a minute, you know I have the ColourPop multi-chrome liners and I have the Kaleidos. So I didn't get the whole set, but I did grab two. And I thought we could try these out. I don't have these particular colors in my collection, so, it wasn't entirely superfluous. So hopefully those are good. I picked up a blush. I went with the peach one. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea. It might be too light, but we will burn that bridge when we get there. I also picked up a foundation. I don't know if it's going to be the right color. It looks really yellow, but maybe I can make it work. And a concealer. I haven't bought a new concealer in a really long time, so I thought this could be fun. And then I got the Let's Get Carried Away eyeshadow palette. It came in this little plastic envelope with the little snaps. It's so stinking cute. I want to show you the inside because this is like actually the part that got me. Let me just put this over here. So this is the inside. It just seems like chaotic and fun and interesting, and I really want to play with this. I have no idea what the quality is like for any of these products. I've heard good things and, maybe not so good things. So I thought I want to give this a whirl and see what I think. I wasn't able to get a highlighter or a setting powder. I tried, the package seems to be lost, and for some reason I didn't get a bronzer, which is strange for me because I don't have a lot of bronzers, but I like them, and since I don't have a lot, I don't feel terrible about buying any. So we'll have to substitute a couple of products, but other than that, full face of Moira makeups. So hopefully you're into that. If you are and you're not already subscribed, you know what to do. So I'm not going to argue about it. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to start with my eyes and the eyeshadow palette. Maybe we should swatch some of these shimmers. I have not touched this at all. So let's just see. Oh, okay, that feels a little bit dry, but okay. These are the four that I swatched. We have Me Time, Away From Here, Are You Ready, and Goodbye. Like I said, they feel a little bit dry, but those look really pretty. So maybe they'll be amazing. I do want to swatch this middle one. It looks like it could be, just a yellow gold, and then we've got the orange. Oh, what if I did like a blue and yellow and orange look? On my slightly used but cleaned off Rephr 01, I want to go into that dark blue shade called On Time. I want to see just how much oomph this has. When I'm not familiar with a formula, I will pretty much always start with the darkest shade, just to be safe. A lot of times, well, not a lot of times, sometimes you can't necessarily build on a lighter shade with a darker shade, so I find it's better just to be safe and go in with the darkest shade first. So there is that. I'm not messing around with this mess out here. I'll clean it up afterwards. That's all right. Doesn't seem to be blending away. Let's do the other eye. I know this eyeshadow palette setup, like the shape of the pans, is not going to be everyone's idea of a good time, but something about it really appeals to me. I just think it's so cool. But I believe I am considered odd about some things because, like, I prefer odd numbers and I'm not fussed about oddly shaped eyeshadow pans, or as long as they're not super hard to get into. Though funny enough, I don't enjoy, like in the Urban Decay Naked palettes, that like long skinny rectangle. I don't love that. That looks so good. I mean, it went on beautifully. Let's see if I can just like soften the edge a little bit. Oh yeah, I mean, that's pretty darn easy. Okay. Yay! Now I'm going to take this Rephr 27 and I want to use the orange matte called, well, it's more like almost a melon flavored shade, melon colored shade. It's called Relax. And that's gonna go through here. Oh, yes, 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 yes. That's soups cute. Look at that. Blends really nice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a Rephr 13 in the light blue called Me Time. And just add that. Oh, wow. This is really good. I don't know what I was expecting, but this is lovely. I'm gonna have to fuss with the shape of the blue, but I really want to try the orange metallic shade. So on my dry Rephr 21, I'm gonna go into So Ready. Picks up really nicely on the brush. Okay, that is really not bad for a dry metallic. But say it with me, let's wet it just because it's what I do. All right, wet my brush, back in for some more shadow. Yep, that's so good. Should I keep it orange on the whole lid? Or should I try out one more metallic shade to meet up with the blue? Let's try one more metallic shade. I'll just get my other eye whacked on real quick. Okay, I cleaned off my brush a little bit. We're gonna use Feel Your Soul. Let's just see. That's cute. What if we go with Goodbye, just to compare them? So there we have Goodbye and Feel Your Soul. Let's just add a little bit more. I think they're both pretty. I think this one seems to be a little bit more sparkly, and this one's just like, it's just beautiful. So now we'll just mix both of them. I love playing with makeups. I don't know if this is your idea of a good time or not, but it is absolutely my idea of a good time. So I've got Goodbye on that side of my brush that's on my eyelid, and then Feel Your Soul on the other, because why not? I will, of course, go back and boop over with the orange metallic, but I want to get this laid down. That's really cute. Going back in for a little bit more of both to do the other eye, and then we'll do some more with the metallic orange. Okay, cleaned off my brush. Now I'm just going to boop over the center where the two shades meet. Just, you know, to get a bit of a blend. We don't want them to like mix too much, but I also don't want a definitive line where the two meet up. You know what I mean? We know they're meeting up there. We know there's gonna be some delineation, but I don't want it to be harsh. All right, I like this. I'm gonna pop off real quick, futz with the blue to fix the shape, clean up the mess, and then I'll come back and we'll play with some more of the new stuff. All right, I'm back. I cleaned up my under eyes, went in with some black eyeliner to tightline my upper lash line, and went in with a pair of drugstore lashes. I can't remember which ones. Not my favorite because I have a hard time attaching the clear bands, so this corner keeps popping up and bugging me, but that's all I did. So now let's go in with lower waterline eyeliner. I think, oh, let me see if I can. Yeah, let's go in with this shade Chroma. It's 02. It's kind of a blue. I assume it shifts to pink based on the packaging, but I think it'll work. So I'm gonna try to get this on my lower waterline and still stay in frame if I can. Okay, that's not bad. I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera, but if I make that horrible face and look in the mirror, it looks like pinky orange. And I can see a little blue when I turn my head. So that's pretty cool. I don't, because it's a light metallic, it doesn't strike me as quite as impactful as the other multi-chrome liners that I've tried. And this is the other one in 03 Phoenix. Again, I wanted to choose shades I didn't have because, you know, it would seem not that smart to get ones I already have. So there's Phoenix on the back of my hand. And that seems to go like green, maybe like a lighter green. I will say I like that these eyeliners, the tip of the liner itself is below the packaging. So when I take the cover off, I'm not busting off the tip of the eyeliner, which is something I typically do. If you're wondering how I cleaned up my under eye, I go a little bit of face oil, put it on, let it sit while I do my lashes and tight line, and then I just wipe it off. And that way I'm not drying out my under eyes and I'm removing the eyeshadow with very little ruckus. So let's do some foundation. I have the shade 275 Light Beige. I don't know if this is gonna be my shade or not, but I will attempt to make it work. So there's 2 pumps. Looks like a fairly thick foundation, so we shall see. I'm going to use my current favorite brush for foundation. It is the Doe Color 02. I believe it's a foundation brush. I'm going to boop into that and start applying this. This says full coverage, lightweight, 18-hour. So I'm pretty sure we all know I'm not wearing it for 18 hours, but we'll give it a first impressions test today. All right, let me just speed through getting this on, and then I'll come back and show you how it looks once it's all blended out. Okay, there's the foundation. There's still a fair amount left, so I can drag it down my neck, but that's what it's looking like on my face. It's definitely a thicker foundation and obviously not the right color. Buying foundation online is so incredibly difficult. Not a huge fan of that. Let's go with the concealer and see if we can't make this look a little less crazy. So this is the Moira Mega Concealer, waterproof, full coverage, and I got this in shade 100 Vanilla. Again, really hard to tell online. Oh, all right, get a nice big doe foot. Now I think this color might work for me. So let's get this blended out the way I normally do. That is definitely full coverage. So I'm going to boop over with the foundation brush. Okay, I can tell you right now, under my eyes looks horrible. Let me zoom you in. That's really bad. My under eyes are absolutely wrinkly, but they never look like that. Eek. Okay, I'm gonna go set everything and do bronzer and contour, and then I'll come back and we'll do blush and figure out the lower lash line situation and have a chat about what I think. I'm back. I definitely considered just trashing this whole video because, I mean, my face looks pretty bad. But, you know, sometimes it's just not all good. And I really do like the eyeshadows, and I want to try this blush. So let's go in with the Signature Ombre Blusher in Sweet Peach. I really wanted to try a different shade. I'm just going to go into both, like the whole thing. But this one seemed like one I really just don't have in my collection. I mean, you can kind of see it. That's a very, very light peachy shade on me. And I'm using my e.l.f. blush brush because this brush is so good. It will get the pigment on and do a really good job. And my lash just will not stay down on the inner corner. Okay, the blush is actually cute. I was able to, with very little effort, build it up and make it work. So yay, that's a win. Let's get the lower lash line done. I'm going to take my Singe Beauty E04 into that darkest blue shade. I'm gonna tap off and just use that on the very outer I like to do this no matter what shade I'm wearing as my outer corner up on the top. I like to bring it down on the lower lash line to make it look a bit more cohesive. Like everybody belongs there. Nothing weird. Okay, then how about we try out the like turquoisey shade called Sweet Adventure. Look at that. I am actually genuinely pretty impressed with these eyeshadows. I did kind of mess up just a bit over here. Let's see if I can, I mean, at this point, why am I even bother to try? Why am I bothering to try? Because it's what I do. It's what I want to do. So I'm going to go into that center shade because I was thinking this looks a little bit wonky, but we could add just the slightest bit of shimmer and kind of blend it. Now see, that I think definitely works. And I'm really just tapping on the tiniest bit, but it like blurs the two shades, because if you mix them, you're gonna get an unattractive brown. But doing it like that, I think works. So let's use that same shade on the inner corner. That might even work as a highlight. It's kind of what I was thinking I might try. Yeah, let's go crazy. That's really pretty as well. Okay, then just gonna clean that off, and we're gonna go into So Tropical, which is a lighter version of that kind of melony shade, just to bridge those two. Super light, but really pretty. Okay, I think I'm prepared to give you my initial thoughts on the things. I'm not even gonna bother with my lips and lower lash mascara because I'm gonna go wash my face. I just don't love how this looks. I think I will try the foundation again with a wet sponge and see if that makes it a little less heavy. And I think I really like the concealer for around my face, but not under my eyes. Not a lot of concealers work under my eyes because they are so wrinkly. I'm 46, you know, I got the wrinkles. My face has been lived in for a long time. So, and the blush is cute. Like, that's a very, very cute blush. I really like that for a more subtle blush day. It's definitely good. As for this palette, so I used the light blue, the dark blue, and that kind of melon shade in the center. I used that very center shade on my inner corner. And then I used those two metallic-y blue-green shades and the orange one up here. These are all very good. I didn't really fuss too much with the neutrals because I feel like neutrals are pretty easy to do. Anyone really does a pretty good neutral, so I actually really like this a lot. It's warm, it's cool, it's light, it's dark. I really, really like this palette. So the palette, the blush, definite wins. I think the eyeliners are, I'd say they're good. At least the one I have on my waterline. The other one is on the back of my hand still. It's not rubbing off. So, you know, if you were looking for something light that has a little bit of color, that's a little bit fun, but nothing in your face, these are pretty good. It's the 02 and the 03. All right. I think that's all my thoughts for now. Like I said, I will try the foundation again and I'll do a whole review. I'm starting to do that this year on my channel. I want to come back and tell you what I think about products. I almost never get bad ones because I'm very particular about what I purchase to make sure I'm not wasting my money, because you know, can't really do that. So yeah, I'll definitely let you know how I feel, and that'll be that. Hopefully you liked this, or I don't know, something. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.